Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2024 Tennessee Volunteers recap, Week 1. Tennessee had a battle with Chattanooga in Knoxville, and as it just concluded an hour or so ago, so we're going to go and break down everything that happened in Knoxville. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button. Yeah, you, go ahead, smash it, do it up, so that you could be notified of when me, Nikki D, drops my next video. And without further ado, let's get to this matchup. Was off to the races early as Tennessee received the ball, drove down the field, and got a 1-yard touchdown run by Dylan Sampson with 11:09 to go in the first quarter that put Tennessee up 7-0 against Chattanooga. Then Chattanooga got the ball, fumbled it away, which led to a 4-yard touchdown pass from Nico to Ethan Davis with 8:34 to go in the first quarter, and that put Tennessee up 14-0 already. And Tennessee was definitely not finished there, as a little over a minute later, Nico threw his second touchdown pass of the game, a 36-yard dot to Dante Thornton Jr. with 7:18 to go in the first quarter, putting Tennessee up 21-0 on Chattanooga just 7 minutes and 42 seconds into this game. And Tennessee got the ball back, had a drive that stalled out, but it did lead to a 36-yard field goal by Max Gilbert with 3:32 to go in the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, Tennessee was already in the driver's seat, up 24-0. Second quarter kicked off, and a 3-yard touchdown run from Dylan Sampson as he punched it in for the second time today up to that point, with 14:03 to go in the first half, putting Tennessee up 31-0 on Chattanooga. And about 4 minutes later, we had a 10-yard touchdown pass from Nico to Dante Thornton Jr., Nico got his third touchdown pass of the game, and Dante Thornton Jr. got his second touchdown receiving with 10:14 to half, which put Tennessee up 38-0, 19 minutes and 46 seconds into this ball game. Then, about 3 or 4 minutes later, Dylan Sampson got his third rushing touchdown of the game, from 5 yards away this time with 6:43 to half, and Tennessee took a 45-0 lead over Chattanooga into halftime. It was just the third time that Tennessee has dropped the 45 points in a first half under head coach Josh Heupel. Nico was 22 of 28 for 314 yards passing and 3 passing touchdowns, all in the first half. Dylan Sampson, 12 carries, 124 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns, all in the first half as well. Then to start the third quarter, Chattanooga drove down the field and ended up kicking a 43-yard field goal by Jude Kelly with 10:10 to go in the third to finally get on the board, making it 45-3 Tennessee. And Tennessee, 3 minutes later, would respond with a 42-yard field goal by Max Gilbert with 7:15 to go in the third quarter, putting Tennessee up 48-3, back to a 45-point advantage. And then Deshaun Bishop made a defender lose his shoes on a walk to the end zone from 22 yards away with 1:13 to go in the third quarter. Tennessee was up 55-3 over Chattanooga, and to the fourth we go. A 1-yard touchdown run late in the game by Khalifa Keith put this game away. 4:06 to go. He said, "Give me 6 points," and he got 6 points. Tennessee went up 62-3 on the Monks, And even when Chattanooga tried to punt it away to end the game, the punt was blocked by Jordan Ross, the freshman, who ended up scoring from 13 yards away. Then the final score over in Tennessee, 69, Chattanooga 3. Overall, my opinion of the game, it was a great start for Tennessee. We saw their fast-paced offense early in this game. They were very effective against Chattanooga. And we even got to see Nico scramble a couple of times. I would have liked to see Nico scramble a little bit more to showcase what he could do with his legs as well. But he's a great improviser. He will do whatever the defense gives him. And the defense was giving him a lot of passing in that first half. So he threw the ball, as he should have. But hopefully going forward, we get to see Nico on the ground a little bit more. He is very deadly when he has to improvise and take off out of the pocket. There were a few times where I thought that he should have ran rather than pass. But overall, Nico's decision making while in the pocket and distressed was next level, especially for being a freshman and so new to the game. I really think the sky is the limit for Nico. And it was also the third time in school history that Tennessee's offense had over 700 yards in a game. Shout out to the Tennessee offense because they came up and they showed out today in Knoxville. There's no denying that. And they beat the Chattanooga Mocs by 66 points, which is Tennessee's largest margin of victory since the year 2000. 24 seasons has gone by without Tennessee winning by 66 points. Well, it happened today. And honestly, I think NC State is going to have their hands full next weekend, who barely escaped Western Carolina and needed to come through in the fourth quarter in order to come out victorious there. But I do think that this game here today, we saw great play from Nico Iliava in the first half. We was able to see quarterbacks like Gaston Moore and Jake Merlinger in the second half. And Dylan Sampson provided a wonderful balance with how he was able to run the football. Dylan Sampson, mathematically 12 carries, 124 yards. That's over 10 yards a carry. That is almost a guaranteed first down every time he touched the ball tonight. So definitely a shout out to Dylan Sampson and the Tennessee running game, because Khalifa Keith was a very powerful runner on that fourth quarter drive where he got the 1 yard touchdown run. Khalifa Keith is definitely going to be a powerhouse here in the next few years. It was great to see him getting some touches against Chattanooga late in the game. And overall, the team is going to be a problem in a conference that is stacked. Now we get to the part of the show where Nicky D, I'm going to grade the offense, the defense, and the special teams here. And I'm going to start out with the offense. The offense was next level. Nico had over 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Dylan Sampson had 124 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dante Thornton had 2 receiving touchdowns in this game to boot as well. And the offense did about as good as you could ask. They took the game and they put it out of reach early, quickly. That's exactly what Tennessee likes to do. So when it comes to the offense, I'm going to grade it an A+. They really came through and showed the nation just how dominant they could be. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, the defense was pretty good. They forced Chattanooga to punt a lot more than Chattanooga wanted to punt in this matchup. I didn't see any interceptions on the board for Tennessee, and they did give up 3 points on the opening drive of the second half. I know that's normally, whatever, but this is Chattanooga. This is a team that you should be shutting out. So for that reason alone, I'm giving the defense an A instead of an A+. I do think that if they got the shutout, they would have had an A plus. They did have a great performance. And to the special teams, the one big play, the punt block return by the freshman Jordan Ross to close out the game is a reason why it's gonna get an A for me. Like, they didn't make any mistakes. They didn't botch any returns. They didn't do anything too devastating special teams. But the punt block at the end of the game showed that Tennessee has pressure. They could get home. It doesn't matter whether it's first down, second and short, third and long, or you're punting. Tennessee's going to get home on each and every snap, and the special teams showed us that there. So straight A's across the board this week, and hopefully we get to see a lot more of this in 2024. With all that being said, now I'm going to look forward in the next game. We have to play the NC State Wolfpack next Saturday in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the Bank of America Stadium, where it's a neutral field. I do think that this game is going to be a pretty good game. Tennessee has showed us that they can put up a lot of points, as they did today. And North Carolina State really struggled with Western Carolina in week 1, trailing by 4 going to the 4th. And honestly, they showed us that they are a fourth quarter team. Tennessee is the type of team to have their opponent already put away by the fourth quarter. So I do think that this is going to be a little bit more competitive than Chattanooga, obviously. But I think this is the type of game that it'll probably be 21 or 28 to 10 at the half, and Tennessee will come out, score to start the second half, and really put the game on ice like they did it against Chattanooga. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I think Nico is going to have another great game this next weekend. I think Dylan Sampson is going to have another great running attack this weekend. And Nico and Dylan Sampson, if they come through and put up big numbers like they put up against Chattanooga, we could be talking about Heisman. Ooh, I don't want to jinx it, but these two are putting up these type of numbers. You need to put them in the conversation. I mean, they're definitely worthy Heisman candidates here. And if they could put up this type of performance all season, they're going to be really hard to beat. But I'll definitely be tuning in to the NC State game again next Saturday at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. I believe it's 7:30 kickoff. So definitely stay tuned for that. And now we get to the final thoughts part of the recap. And honestly, I want to start out by giving a big shout out to that Tennessee offensive line, because without that offensive line, Nico wouldn't have put up the numbers he put up. Dylan Sampson wouldn't have put up the numbers he put up. And Tennessee wouldn't have gone out there and had a historic day. No question about it. It was one of the most dominating wins in decades. And this is going to be talked about for a long time. Honestly, I can't wait to see more of these guys. I hope Squirrel White gets more touches. We did see Nico target Squirrel White a few times. So I'm really excited to see what this Tennessee Volunteer team is going to do in 2024. But I'm happy to say that they're up to a checkpoint W win to start the year, 1-0, and a 66-point margin of victory. Again, their largest margin of victory since the year 2000, and that really blows my mind considering all the talent that has come through Knoxville in the past 24 years. But with that being said, again, final score out in Knoxville, Tennessee 69, Chattanooga 3. And that was the 2024 Tennessee Volunteers recap week 1. Let me know your opinion about the Tennessee game down in the comment section below. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'm Nicky D. This is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all y'all amazing people next time. Goodbye, everybody.